Hello, I think it shut off. Shut off. I was trying to do a review of my number eight film. Number nine. I'm sorry. Number nine. Number eight was Color Purple. I posted that yesterday, and I was talking about the talking about how I misspelled purple and left off the L, so it's the Color Purp. The Color Purp. It almost sounds obscene. But anyway, I hope you had a chance to look at that review, and certainly hope you had a chance to consider watching the film if you haven't. It's as I mentioned in my review, it's quite wonderful. But number nine is Dangerous Liaisons, and here we have another title of a film on my list that's based on a play, and the play was called Les Liaisons Dangereuses. I think it was. It was a French play. So they made it into a movie in the 80s once again. I seem to always go back to the 80s a lot. But I remember, oh God, do I ever remember watching this film in the theater? Uh, I was just blown away, and I'll talk about the ending later, and won't reveal the ending, but it leaves you sort of like, I mean, I was stunned. So anyway, so Dangerous Liaisons was directed by Stephen Frears, and there's three main characters in the film. Now, also this play takes place in God, I'm not good with the years and stuff, but we're talking about turn of the century stuff, like the 1900s. Are we even going further back? Are we going back to like the 1800s, maybe? I don't know if we're going that far back. I don't know. It's embarrassing that I don't know that. But the costume design and everything is gorgeous of the film, and I don't think it's the 1900s. That would make that may could be. I don't know. I don't really do well with times. I don't like time periods and stuff, but it's definitely like a period drama. But boy, what a period drama, and what a drama. Um, and yet, without it being dramatic in any way, the three main characters are Marquis de Mertel, Vicomte de Vermont, and Madame de Tourvel. They're the main three characters. So what we have here is we have this wonderful, wonderful story, um, and what I like to call a vicious and wicked story. Um, One of the reasons I think it's on my top 10, one of the main reasons, is that it was written. I don't know who wrote the play, but the adaptation was by Christopher Hampton for the screenplay, which won an Academy Award, by the way. And it is the best, probably the, I think it is the best screenplay of all the films on my list. And considering Ingmar Bergman's wonderful writing, it's probably the one that has the best screenplay of all of them. The screenplay is just pitch perfect. There are lines in this that I could quote till the cows come home, and y'all know I love cows. But they're so great. But anyway, what this story involves is that Vicomte de Valmont is, well, first of all, Marquis de Mertel is this really high class society woman, very high class society woman, and very confident, and yet very vicious and very wicked. And Vicomte de Valmont, who is someone that she loves and had an affair with, is equal to her in viciousness and wickedness, and they seek to destroy people. And I know that sounds kind of like, why would Timothy want to like a film that has to do with that kind of thing? And I don't like that. Of course, I don't like that people are vicious and wicked. But what this film does uh, is these vicious and wicked people toward the end of the film get what's coming to them, and I won't give away what that is. Um, so there's redeeming redemption in that, but these characters are filled with revenge, and they're spiteful and they're hateful. And I think it was Marquis de Martel. He had asked her like what was her favorite word or something about a favorite word, and he mentioned that favorite word, and she said, "No, no, it wasn't that word." She said, "I think it's." She said her favorite word was cruelty. She says, "I think that has the most nobler, nobler ring." And cruelty is my least favorite word. So when I heard that, just the fact that somebody would say that's their favorite word and say it has a nobler ring. I mean, I'm telling you, this screenplay is is genius. It's just genius writing. So in a nutshell, yeah, these two characters have devised this sort of plan to ruin a couple people. One of them is somebody that spurned Marquis de Martel, so she wants to get back at that person. And then Vicomte de Valmont, she uses Vicomte de Valmont to 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 test. She uses Vicomte de Valmont to help her in this plan, which, like I said, backfires on both of them towards the end. Now, a little bit about the acting. Okay, first of all, Glenn Close, who actually I don't think is on my top 10 favorite actresses, but she certainly rounds out uh, after number the top 10. She's never won an Academy Award, Glenn Close, and probably most of y'all know her as Alex Forrest in Fatal Attraction. And really, Dangerous Liaisons reminds me of Fatal Attraction. Just it's more of a period piece, but it has that she has that same sort of viciousness of that character too. But I think even Marquis de Martel even goes beyond what Alex Forrest in Fatal Attraction was doing. Uh, I mean, because once again, I'm very much in tune with that words are can be just as vicious as actions, and this is very proofworthy in Dangerous Liaisons because their words are and their actions are just vicious. Um, but what I was going to say about Glenn Close is she's never won an Academy Award. It's almost criminal that she hasn't because she is a incredible actress. But if I had to pick one film that she should have won an Academy Award for, it would definitely have been Dangerous Liaisons. Um, and I want to say the year that she did was nominated for that performance. I think Jodie Foster won for The Accused. Now, I'm not taking anything away from Jodie Foster because she was great in that too. But she went on to win another Academy Award again, Jodie Foster, for the Silence of the Lambs, which she really didn't deserve. So I guess she did deserve it for Accused. But it's a shame that Glenn Close was nominated that year because that performance she plays of Marquis de Martel is incredible. And I can tell you something, if they didn't think she was worthy of winning the Oscar for the first hour and 45 minutes or hour and 55 minutes of the film, the last 5 minutes of Dangerous Liaisons, where she is staring in a mirror, taking off her makeup, no words being spoken, just music softly playing in the background, is one of the best endings of a film I've ever seen. That's why I was stunned, and I think that's why the audience was stunned. I sort of remember seeing it in the theater, and I remember the audience slowly getting up. Like nobody, sometimes when the credits start rolling, people are ready to go. I think people were shocked. I was. I was incredibly shocked. Like, and I think it's a testament to her acting that she got what was coming to her toward the end, and yet we liked her. There's something about what she was doing that we might not have approved of, but she was so great in showing the humanity that was sort of there, very under the surface. And but like I said, she's an amazing actress and should have won an Academy Award. Now, critics really gave John Malkovich, who plays Vicomte de Valmont, a lot of flack about him being miscast because the character of Vicomte de Valmont, at least in the play and the book as well, was described as being very dashing and very gorgeous. Now, I don't know if y'all know who John Malkovich is, but John Malkovich would not be considered a gorgeous and dashing man. But let me tell you something. That man was not miscast in Dangerous Liaisons at all. He was sublime in Dangerous Liaisons. His performance was, oh my God, they were. I know where they're going with that about him not being dashing and everything, but let me tell you something. The way he played that part and what he brought to that part, I don't care if he looked like, and he, like I said, he's not he's not considered a normally good-looking leading man guy, but I would have fell in love with him. I mean, he was just that much of, he brought, I don't even know how to describe what he did, but he was so confident and so sexy, and yet vicious and all that. But and so like this destruction of this person that they're just trying to destroy is Madame de Madame de Tarvel, played by Michelle Pfeiffer, who actually received an Academy Award nomination as well, and she's quite brilliant in it. And Michelle Pfeiffer is a beautiful, beautiful woman, and she, like I said, she does a great job as well. But it's really, Glenn Close, like I said, not having won an Academy Award and not winning one for Dangerous Liaisons is really would have been the one I would have chosen. And I think John Malkovich, I know, was not nominated because there was all that talk about him being miscast, and that is just that's off. But let me tell you something. This film, like I said, is so brilliant. I highly recommend it. The last 15 minutes, I swear to, it's like it's the 4th of July. It's like fireworks are going off left and right because it builds like every great film does. It builds and builds, and I think part of it has to do with being based on a play. It builds and builds and builds to where there are these conversations, these dialogues, particularly between Vicomte de Valmont and Marquis de Mantel, that are just the lines are. I mean, it's war, is as she calls it, and then like I said, the last 5 minutes with Glenn Close just at the makeup mirror with no words spoken is one of the great endings in movie history, and the thing I want to say about the ending is that I think it kind of leaves the audience wondering what happens. And I know, I mean, I can say with all certainty, based on a monologue she had early in the film, where she talks about how she devised her life, how she created her life, and she said she distilled it down to one simple principle: win or die. And at the end of the film, she clearly has lost. So I feel as a viewer of this film that I know what happened after the end of the film, that she killed herself. I just, without a doubt, believe that to be true. Absolutely, 100% believe that. And like I said, it's based just simply on that monologue that she gives earlier. And once again, I seem to have a lot of films where characters are struggling with suicide or commit suicide, and that's just the way it is. It's not I'm not suicidal right now, and but I am drawn to people that get to that sort of like place, I guess. But like I said, these characters have what's coming to them. They rec, we talk about reap what you sow. Well, they definitely that's definitely applicable here, and the film received a lot of Academy Award nominations. I want to say Best Picture. Steven Spears, who directed it, did a terrific job, a brilliant job. Once again, Christopher Hampton won the Academy Award for Best Screenplay, and that definitely, there's no doubt about that. I mean, that one of the best screenplays I think in movie history, in my opinion, if not the best. And I tried to read the book, and the book is basically, the film deals so much with letters, like the letters going back between the characters, and the book is actually like that. The book is all nothing but a collection of letters. And then the stage play came out in France, and I'm pretty sure it was well received. And I suppose they did it on Broadway, adapted from French to English. But they made the movie, like I said, and Stephen Frears made it, and Christopher Hampton wrote the screenplay, and Glenn Close and John Malkovich and Michelle Pfeiffer are the stars, and it's just, I'm telling you, it builds and builds and builds, and it's just the last 15 to 20 minutes are just, you're just, I mean, you are just in it. You have gone this far with it, and you kind of want to see these characters get what's coming to them, but when it comes, I mean, John Malkovich has a speech, and I won't give away too much, but where he talks about love is the only happiness he ever knew, and that to me, once again, beautiful writing, but it also, once again, is a common theme of all the films on my list, that love seems to be somewhat in the central area of these films. Love seems to be the guiding force, the attainment, the atonement, the 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 uh, the desire to love and be loved, because that's what it all comes down to. So number 9 is Dangerous Liaisons. I highly recommend renting it. I have a copy of it in my library. I think every one of the top films I have a copy of it. It is just, it is an incredible, incredible film. And I can't believe I didn't think about this film as being on my top 10 initially when I made my list, but it's, it belongs there. That's its spot. It's a great film. Dangerous Liaisons. I think Liaisons is spelled Liaisons, I guess. And you can find it at your local library or you can order it. I do have a copy, but once again, like the copy for, what was the copy that I said? Oh, Lucifer, Virginia Woolf. If you borrow it, I will find you if you don't. Return it to me. So anyway, have a great day. This is the day the Lord has made. I got my kimono on. It's early in the morning, having my coffee. I'm petting Tess, and I'm looking in the background. This is my apartment. This is where I live. I love my apartment. I'm very happy here, and I'm very blessed. And it's all because of Father God in Christ. And I thank you for watching this, Grudge Fudge. And because I know you're not, but if you are, hey, who am I to? I don't have any control over whether you watch these or not. I do this. I do this kind of like I do with my when I'm just doing a general video. It's like video journaling. You know, I just like to talk. Just Timothy like to talk. Oh boy. But you know what? When I talk, I talk, but I feel like I say things that, I don't know, they mean something to me. I mean, they mean something, and I'm saying them because I'm exercising something that as far as my talking muscles go, that, I don't know, I feel like there's some relevance and some importance to being able to speak it. So anyway, I hope you have a blessed day. This review went longer than I imagined. I didn't want to think it needed a part two, and it doesn't. But that last 5 minutes of that film, get ready, because you're going to be stunned. You are going to be stunned, my friend. And you're going to see some fabulous, fabulous, incredible acting in this film. So anyway, that's my review, May 12th, and it's 5:11. I wake up really early. So anyway, God bless you. Love, love, and love some more. And just love you all. And in Jesus' name, I offer this up of this review like I'm doing something incredible here, but you know what I mean. Just love.